Wait, don't do it's hard.
Hello, my name is Jayden and I'm doing high school drug testing. What is high school drug testing? It gives a credible reason for students to say no to drugs, and people that are already on drugs gives them a chance to get off them from rehab and counseling, and it reduces the chance of future drug users. It will teach kids how to say no and that they're bad for them. Some Supreme Court cases about high school drug testing. There's one in 1995, the Supreme Court case for Vernonia School District versus Acton, which took place in 1995. And it is a school district in Oregon, which only consists of one high school, one middle school, and two elementary schools. And the school district was seeing a considerable amount of new drug use in a small town. And the school district knew that the majority of students were taking part in the drug use, and that the athletes of the school were the ones dealing the drugs. The school district knew this because the student athletes would mock the teachers by saying that there was nothing the school could do to stop them. So the school got some motivational speakers. They had drug prevention classes and even had surprise or random days where drug dogs came and searched the school for drugs. And this did not stop the students from using or selling the drugs. So the school district put in place a drug testing policy that the student athletes were required to submit a random drug test before being allowed to participate in a sport. And during the season, 10% of the athletes selected at random for testing. And the school made all the athletes and their parents sign a contract that said it was okay to have a child drug test before playing. And a 7th grader, James Acton, signed up for football but was denied participation because his parents refused to sign the contract. James and his parents took the school to court saying it was a violation of their Fourth Amendment right, and the Fourth Amendment just prohibits unreasonable searches and seizures. And the courts ruled that because the school district showed that there was a drug problem in the school and that the drug testing policy would help reduce the drug program, or the drug problem, the school was allowed to keep the drug policy and not let kids play if they did not sign the contract. In a more recent case, in 2002, the Board of Education versus Earls took place in a school district in Oklahoma, and they said that if you're going to be in any extracurricular activities, that you'd have to submit to a urine test to see if you were taking any illegal substances. And Lindsay Earl and Daniel James, two students at a high school in the Oklahoma School District, brought the policy to court and said it was a violation of their Fourth Amendment right. And the court said that the school district could not do the drug testing unless they demonstrated a significant amount of drug abuse by the people that they were testing. And the school district could not prove this, and so the school district could not enforce the drug policy. Drug testing results stay confidential. The information is only shared with the people that need to know, like the parents, the program directors, and counselors. And none of the information is ever shared with the students or other teachers. And there are three main ways you can administer a drug test: through hair sample, urine sample, or blood sample. Hair samples are the most effective and accurate because after ingesting a drug, the drug will show up in the sample for just about 90 days, and it only costs from about $50 to $80. And the urine sample is the most unreliable because each drug has a different time of dissipation. And that's the same with the blood testing sample, because each drug acts differently when it goes into that. And I have a chart that shows what different drugs do in each sample. Like for methamphetamine, it takes 3 to 5 days to dissipate through the urine, and 1 to 3 days through the blood, and it's still up to 90 days with the hair sample. And that's the same for most of them, like cocaine and PCP. The high school drug test is non-punitive. Students would not be referred to the legal system unless they were caught for the 3rd time, and then they would be referred to the police or whoever needed to know. And test results always would stay confidential, never shared with anyone. And the result would be destroyed after the person graduates and would not be forwarded to any college or jobs. And I think that's a really good thing because people do stupid things in high school, and this is kind of giving them a second chance, and I believe that you should always learn from your mistakes. Other ways to prevent drug use in schools: you can use comprehensive prevention programs, you can have student-assisted programs, and drug education classes, and you can have motivational speakers come in, and even drug gods come into the school. And there's an organization called SAP, which stands for Substance Abuse Prevention Program, and they're a very large program that helps kids that are addicted to drugs, and they have helped over 1 million kids across the nation. And one way to get a drug testing policy in your community would be to collect data. You need to consult legal counsel, and then enlist the community support, because everyone needs to be on the same page of doing this, because everyone is going to be kind of affected by this. And you have to develop a policy, provide assistance to student assistance, or access to student assistance, and then you need to select a testing method.